What if tonight is the night your heart finally stops carrying what has been hurting it for too long? What if the heaviness you feel is not weakness, but your soul gently asking for release? Maybe you do not need to hold the same pain, the same memory, the same question, or the same old sadness anymore. Tonight, you are allowed to let go with love. Tonight, your heavy heart is allowed to feel light again. Tonight, you do not have to carry what has already made your heart tired. You do not have to lie down with every old worry sitting on your chest. You do not have to keep holding the same memory, the same question, the same disappointment, the same quiet sadness, and pretend that your heart is not heavy. There comes a night when the soul becomes tired of being strong in the old way. There comes a night when the heart does not need another reason to keep holding on. It needs permission to soften. It needs permission to stop fighting. It needs permission to place down the weight it has been carrying for too long. And maybe this is that night for you, my dear. Maybe tonight is not here to ask more from you. Maybe tonight is here to give something back to you. Peace, relief, space. A softer place inside yourself where you can finally say, I do not have to carry this anymore. Perhaps no one knows how much you have been holding. Perhaps from the outside you look calm. You smile when you need to smile. You answer when people speak. You keep doing what must be done. You move through the day as if nothing inside you is aching. But when the night becomes quiet, the heart begins to speak. The mind brings back the old words. The body remembers the old pain. The room becomes still, and suddenly everything you pushed away during the day comes closer. The thing you did not want to feel asks to be felt. The sadness you tried to outrun sits beside you. The old love, the old regret, the old fear, the old tiredness, the old pressure, all of it seems to whisper, are you ready to look at me now? And maybe that is why the night can feel so heavy. Not because you are weak, but because you finally have enough silence to hear what your heart has been carrying. But hear this gently. You do not need to solve your whole life tonight. You do not need to understand every reason something happened. You do not need to fix every mistake, answer every question, heal every wound, forgive every person, or become perfectly peaceful before you rest. Letting go is not another task to complete. It is not another thing you must do correctly. Letting go is the moment you stop gripping pain as if your grip is the only thing keeping you safe. Letting go is the quiet inner choice to stop making your heart pay again and again for what already hurt you. Tonight, you are not being asked to force peace. You are being invited to allow peace to come near. There is a part of you that may still believe holding on means love. You may think if you keep remembering, it means it mattered. If you keep hurting, it means you cared. If you keep thinking about it, perhaps somehow the past will change, or someone will finally understand, or life will return what was lost. But pain does not become more sacred because you keep carrying it. Love does not become more real because you keep suffering for it. What mattered will still matter even when you stop bleeding over it every night. What you learned will still stay with you even when you release the burden. You are allowed to remember without being chained. You are allowed to care without collapsing. You are allowed to love what was beautiful and still stop carrying what was painful. Tonight, let the heart hear this simple truth. I can honor what happened without holding the pain forever. I can keep the lesson and release the weight. I can stop punishing myself for a chapter that is already behind me. I can be grateful for what helped me grow without giving it my whole peace. These words may feel soft, but they are powerful. They turn the heart away from punishment and toward freedom. They remind you that your life is not meant to be a storage place for old hurt. Your heart is not meant to be a room where every painful thing stays forever. Your heart is living. Your heart is tender. Your heart needs fresh air. Your heart needs kindness. Your heart needs to know that it is safe to become light again. Maybe you have been carrying something because you never received the apology you deserved. Maybe the words never came. Maybe someone hurt you and moved on as if nothing happened. Maybe someone left you with questions, silence, confusion, or blame. Maybe you keep replaying it because your mind still wants fairness. That is understandable, my dear. The heart wants things to make sense. The heart wants the pain to have a clean ending. But sometimes the ending does not come from the person who hurt you. Sometimes the ending begins when you stop waiting for their understanding to become the key to your peace. You can free yourself even if they never explain. You can heal even if they never return. You can become lighter even if the past never speaks the words you wanted to hear. This does not mean the pain was small. It means your soul is greater than the pain. It means your future does not have to stay tied to someone else's silence. It means your heart can begin to come home to itself. You may not feel fully free tonight, and that is okay. You do not need to be fully free to begin softening. You do not need to feel completely healed to stop fighting yourself. You do not need to feel ready in a big way. Sometimes the heart begins with a quiet willingness. I am willing to let this become lighter. I am willing to stop carrying this in the same way. I am willing to stop using my own mind as a place of pain. I am willing to let peace touch the places in me that have been tired for so long. There is something very holy about a night when the heart finally says enough. Not with anger, not with bitterness, not with a hard wall around the soul, but with a tired, honest softness that says, I cannot keep holding this the same way and still call it love. I cannot keep repeating this memory and still call it healing. I cannot keep blaming myself and still call it truth. I cannot keep chasing an answer from the past while life is trying to bring me into a gentler future. This kind of enough is not rejection. It is release. It is not coldness. It is self-respect. It is not giving up on life. It is giving your life back to yourself. The night has a way of showing you what the day covers. The day can keep you busy. The day gives you tasks, messages, noise, people, responsibilities, places to go, things to answer. But night removes many distractions. Night asks the heart, what are you still holding? What still hurts when everything becomes quiet? What thought keeps coming back? What name still tightens the chest? What old sentence still makes you feel small? And tonight, instead of being afraid of those answers, you can meet them with tenderness. You can say, I see you. I know you have been here. I know you have been asking for love. I am no longer going to fight you. I am going to listen without letting you control my whole life. This is how letting go begins. Not by pushing the pain away, not by pretending you are fine, not by forcing yourself to forget. It begins when you stop becoming cruel to yourself because you still feel something. So many people make their own healing harder by judging the heart for hurting. They say, why am I still thinking about this? Why am I not over it? Why do I still feel heavy? Why can't I be stronger? But dear one, those questions add another weight. The heart does not become lighter through criticism. The heart becomes lighter through love. You do not heal faster by shaming the wounded place. You heal deeper by becoming safe enough for the wounded place to soften. So tonight, speak to yourself with a voice that feels like warmth. Say, my heart, you do not have to rush. You do not have to hide. You do not have to prove anything. You have carried much. You have tried to understand much. You have loved. You have lost. You have waited. You have hoped. You have been confused. You have been brave in quiet ways. And now you are allowed to rest. You are allowed to stop holding what keeps you heavy. You are allowed to be lighter without needing to explain your lightness to anyone. You are allowed to receive peace even if the story did not end the way you wished. There is a kind of peace that does not come because everything is perfect. It comes because you stop asking the heart to carry what it was never meant to carry forever. It comes when you stop placing old hurt at the center of your identity. It comes when you realize that sadness may have visited you, but it is not the whole of you. Rejection may have touched you, but it is not your name. Loss may have changed you, but it does not have to steal your softness. Fear may have followed you, but it does not have to be your guide. Tonight, you can begin to separate who you are from what you have carried. You are not the heaviness. You are the gentle life beneath it. You are not the wound. You are the soul learning to love itself through the wound. You are not the past. You are the living heart that can still open to peace. And perhaps the first gift of tonight is this understanding. You do not need to earn rest by solving everything. You do not need to deserve peace by becoming perfect. You do not need to prove that you are strong by staying heavy. True strength may look softer than you thought. True strength may be the moment you stop repeating the painful thought. True strength may be the moment you choose not to look back with the same fear. True strength may be the moment you whisper inwardly, "I am safe to release what is too heavy for tonight." True strength may be letting the heart loosen around what it has been gripping, not because it did not matter, but because you matter too. Let the night hold this truth with you. Tonight is not for carrying everything. Tonight is for letting your soul breathe. Tonight is for remembering that you are more than what happened. Tonight is for no longer treating your pain as a life sentence. Tonight is for saying, "I give myself permission to be lighter. I give myself permission to stop fighting old battles in my mind. I give myself permission to rest from the story. I give myself permission to let love enter the places where fear has been sitting. I give myself permission to become soft without becoming unsafe. I give myself permission to put down what my heart has carried for too long." When you keep holding on to old pain, the weight does not stay only in the mind. It moves through the body. It shows itself in tight shoulders, a heavy chest, a tired face, a restless night, a mind that will not settle, and a heart that feels full but not free. You may try to keep living as usual, but something inside remains tied to what hurt you. The old story may have ended on the outside, but it keeps playing inside. You wake with it. You carry it through the day. You bring it into conversations. You feel it when someone says a certain word. You remember it when the room becomes quiet. And every time it returns, the heart feels as if it is being asked to live through the same pain again. This is why holding on can feel so exhausting. You are not only carrying what happened, you are carrying the memory of it, the meaning you gave to it, the fear it created, the questions it left behind, and the identity you may have built around it. Perhaps you began to believe, "I am the person who was left. I am the person who was not chosen. I am the person who trusted too much. I am the person who always loses. I am the person who has to protect myself from love." These beliefs can become heavier than the event itself. The event may have lasted a moment, a season, or a chapter, but the belief can follow you for years if you keep feeding it with fear. My dear, holding on often feels like protection at first. The mind says, "Remember this so it never happens again." Stay guarded so no one can hurt you. Keep thinking about it so you can understand it. Keep replaying the signs so you will not miss them next time. Keep the wall high so your heart is safe. And yes, the mind is trying to help. It is trying to protect you from being hurt again. But a wall that is built from fear does not only keep pain out, it can also keep peace out. It can keep love out. It can keep trust out. It can keep new beginnings standing at the door while the old wound keeps saying, not safe, not yet, not again. There is a difference between learning from the past and living inside it. Learning from the past gives you wisdom. Living inside the past gives you heaviness. Wisdom says, I see what happened and I will choose differently. Heaviness says, what happened is now the whole truth of my life. Wisdom helps you set a boundary. Heaviness makes you afraid of every open door. Wisdom teaches you to listen to your body. Heaviness makes you blame yourself for having feelings. Wisdom brings power back. Heaviness keeps power locked in an old place. Tonight, you are being invited to choose wisdom without carrying the weight. When you hold on too tightly, the mind begins to search for the same pain everywhere. If someone delays a message, the old fear says they are leaving. If someone speaks differently, the old wound says, I am not wanted. If money feels tight, the old belief says, I will never be supported. If the body feels tired, the old fear says, something is wrong with me. Pain trains the mind to expect pain when it is not healed with love. This is not your fault. It is what the mind does when it has been hurt. It tries to predict pain so it can prepare. But if the mind is always preparing for pain, the body rarely feels safe enough to receive peace. So tonight, notice the cost of carrying the same fear into every new moment. Holding on may have once felt like a way to stay ready, but now it may be stealing your rest. It may be making the present feel like the past. It may be making new people pay for old wounds. It may be making your body live in a state of waiting for something bad to happen. It may be turning every quiet moment into a place where old thoughts rise. It may be keeping your heart from feeling light because the heart is still trying to carry every version of what could have been. And perhaps what makes the heart even heavier is the hidden belief that if you stop holding on, something important will disappear. You may fear that if you release the pain, it means you are saying it did not hurt. If you stop thinking about someone, it means the love was not real. If you let go of anger, it means they got away with it. If you stop blaming yourself, it means you are not taking responsibility, but that is not true. You can release pain and still honor your truth. You can stop replaying the story and still remember what it taught you. You can forgive yourself without denying that choices had consequences. You can put the burden down without pretending the road was easy. Holding on does not change what happened. It only keeps your nervous system tied to the moment when it happened. It keeps the body prepared for an old danger. It keeps the mind searching through old rooms for a door that may not open there anymore. You may keep asking, why did this happen? Why did they act that way? Why did I not see it sooner? Why was I not loved better? Why did life allow this? These are human questions. They deserve compassion. But if you live inside these questions every night, they become a house of heaviness. They may not bring you the answer. They may only keep you circling the pain. A better question for tonight may be softer. What am I ready to stop carrying? What part of this story is no longer helping me? What pain have I confused with loyalty? What fear have I mistaken for wisdom? What memory am I ready to bless and release from my body? These questions do not force the heart. They invite the heart to open gently. They do not demand that you be finished with pain. They simply ask whether you are ready to stop making the pain your home. Sometimes the heaviest thing is not what someone did. It is what you decided about yourself after it happened. Maybe you decided you were not enough. Maybe you decided you were too much. Maybe you decided love is unsafe. Maybe you decided your dreams are foolish. Maybe you decided good things do not stay. Maybe you decided you cannot trust life. And because that decision was made in pain, it may feel true. But a belief created in pain is not always truth. It may only be a wound speaking, and tonight you can begin to say, I no longer let a painful moment decide the whole meaning of my life. This is important, my dear. You are allowed to question the story your pain told you. Pain may have said, you will always feel this way. Love may say, you are healing. Pain may have said, you were not chosen because you were not worthy. Love may say, your worth was never decided by someone's ability to love you well. Pain may have said, you must stay guarded forever. Love may say, you can learn safety without closing your heart. Pain may have said, nothing good is coming. Love may say, life can still surprise you in gentle ways. The voice you believe becomes the world you live inside. So tonight, begin choosing the voice that gives your heart space to breathe. Holding on also keeps you connected to old energy. Every time you repeat the same fear, the same resentment, the same regret, you send more life into a pattern that is already tired. Think of attention as warmth. Whatever you keep warming with your attention stays alive in the mind. If you keep warming the past with anger, the anger stays close. If you keep warming regret with shame, the shame grows heavy. If you keep warming fear with imagination, the fear begins to look bigger than life itself. But when you gently remove your attention from the old story and place it on peace, the old story begins to lose its power over your inner world. This does not mean you ignore what needs care. It means you stop giving your whole soul to what already hurt you. You can handle responsibility without living in fear. You can remember a lesson without repeating the wound. You can protect yourself without making every new moment guilty before it begins. You can be honest about what happened without letting it become the only thing you speak to yourself about. You can say, "This was painful, and I am still worthy of peace. This changed me, and I am still open to good. This hurt me, and I do not have to keep hurting myself with it." Maybe you have carried guilt. Guilt is a very heavy burden because it makes the heart believe it must suffer to prove it has learned. You may think, if I keep blaming myself, I will never repeat the mistake. If I keep feeling bad, maybe I am being responsible. If I keep punishing myself, maybe life will forgive me. But guilt does not always create wisdom. Sometimes guilt only keeps you small. True learning does not need cruelty. True responsibility does not require endless self-attack. You can say, "I see what I did not know then. I see what I would choose differently now. I bless the version of me who was still learning. I release the punishment. I keep the wisdom." Maybe you have carried resentment. Resentment is heavy because it keeps part of your heart turned toward what wounded you. It can feel powerful at first. It can feel like a shield. It can say, "I will never forget. I will never soften. I will never let this go." But over time, resentment can become a chain. The person or situation may not be present anymore, yet your energy remains tied to it. You deserve better than that. You deserve your energy back. You deserve to stop walking through today with yesterday's wound holding your hand. You deserve to feel what it is like to breathe without the old story pressing against your chest. Maybe you have carried fear. Fear is heavy because it makes every tomorrow look like a place where the past might return. Fear tells you to prepare for loss before love has even arrived. It tells you to expect rejection before anyone has spoken. It tells you to stay small because being seen may hurt. It tells you to keep control because trust is dangerous. But fear is not prophecy. Fear is memory trying to protect itself. You can thank fear for trying to keep you safe and still choose not to let it lead your life. You can say, "I hear you, fear, but I am learning a softer way. I do not need to build my whole future from old pain." Holding on can also make the heart forget how to receive. When the heart is full of heaviness, even kindness may feel strange. Even peace may feel unfamiliar. Even love may feel unsafe. If someone offers care, the wounded heart may question it. If life brings a small blessing, the worried mind may say, "It will not last." If rest comes near, the body may stay tense because it has become used to caring. This is why letting go is not only about releasing the past. It is also about making space for good to enter without being pushed away by old fear. Your heart cannot fully receive new peace while it is gripping old pain with both hands. It cannot fully rest while it keeps checking whether the wound still hurts. It cannot fully open while it keeps proving why it should stay closed. So tonight, you are not being asked to throw everything away. You are being invited to loosen, to soften the grip, to stop giving the pain full control of your inner room, to allow even a little space where peace can sit beside you. And in that space, your heart may begin to remember that it was not created only to endure. It was also created to love, to receive, to trust, to feel light, to be held by life. The truth is, what you keep carrying also keeps carrying you back. Back to the same thoughts, back to the same fear, back to the same wound, back to the same version of yourself that learned to survive but forgot how to rest. And perhaps that version of you deserves deep love. It kept going. It protected you the best way it knew. It held on because it thought holding on was safety. But now you know something new. You can say, "Thank you for trying to protect me. Thank you for helping me survive." But we do not have to keep carrying this in the same way. We are safe to learn peace now. We are safe to be lighter now. We are safe to stop making heaviness our home. Let this section of the night be honest. What has holding on cost you? Has it cost you sleep? Has it cost you joy? Has it cost you trust? Has it cost you the ability to feel present? Has it made your heart suspicious of good things? Has it made your body tired? Has it made your mind repeat the same questions? Has it made you feel older inside than you truly are? Do not ask these questions to blame yourself. Ask them to understand. The heart often needs to see the cost before it becomes willing to choose freedom. And when you see the cost, do not turn against yourself. You held on because you were hurting. You held on because you wanted answers. You held on because something mattered. You held on because you did not know how to release without feeling like you were losing something. Be kind to that part of you. It needs comfort, not judgment. It needs a new message. It needs to hear, "I can let go and still be safe. I can release the weight and still keep the wisdom. I can stop suffering over the past and still honor my truth. I can become lighter without becoming careless. I can rest without losing myself." Tonight, let the old fear begin to loosen. Let the mind stop making the past the center of every thought. Let the heart stop proving its pain by staying heavy. Let the body receive a softer message. You do not have to carry this to be worthy. You do not have to stay tense to be safe. You do not have to keep hurting to show that it mattered. You do not have to keep replaying the old story to make sure you learned. The lesson can remain even when the pain begins to leave. The wisdom can remain even when the burden is placed down. The love can remain even when the suffering ends. A heavy heart is not a broken heart. It is a heart that has carried too much without enough tenderness. It is a heart that has been strong in silence. It is a heart that has held back tears because there was no safe place to let them fall. It is a heart that has smiled while feeling tired. It is a heart that has forgiven on the outside while still aching inside. It is a heart that has hoped, waited, lost, tried again, and kept beating through things no one fully saw. So if your heart feels heavy tonight, do not call it weak. Do not call it dramatic. Do not call it too sensitive. Your heart is speaking. It is not asking to be judged. It is asking to be held with softness. Many people are unkind to their own heaviness. They feel sad and immediately want to push it away. They feel tired and say, I should be stronger. They feel lonely and say, I should not need anything. They feel hurt and say, I should be over this. But the heart does not heal because it is ordered to heal. The heart heals when it feels safe enough to open. And safety begins with the way you speak to yourself. If the heart is heavy and you speak to it with criticism, it becomes heavier. If the heart is heavy and you speak to it with patience, it begins to soften. This is the simple truth for tonight. Your heavy heart does not need pressure. It needs love. Think of all the things your heart may have been carrying, words that were never said, words that were said and cut deeply, love that did not return in the way you hoped, goodbyes that felt too sudden, a dream that did not unfold as expected, the pressure to be okay, the fear of disappointing people, the guilt of past choices, the ache of missing someone, the quiet pain of not feeling fully seen, the tiredness of always being the strong one. These things gather inside the heart over time, not because the heart is weak, but because the heart is faithful. It tries to hold what mattered. It tries to understand. It tries to keep love alive. It tries to protect you from feeling the same pain again. But even a faithful heart needs rest. Even a loving heart needs space. Even a strong heart needs softness. You were not meant to live every night with emotional weight pressing against you. You were not meant to carry every old sentence, every old ending, every old fear, and every old regret as if they are still happening. The heart may carry for a while, but eventually it asks for release. It begins to feel heavy not to punish you, but to get your attention. It says, please look at me. Please stop pushing me. Please stop pretending I am fine when I am tired. Please stop giving my energy to things that no longer love me back. Please bring kindness here. Tonight, the heavy heart is asking you to become gentle with the parts of yourself you have been trying to rush. The part that still misses someone. The part that feels disappointed. The part that regrets. The part that wishes things had been different. The part that feels afraid to trust again. The part that is tired of being brave. None of these parts need to be hated. They need to be welcomed back into love. You can say, I see the part of me that is still hurting. I see the part of me that wanted more. I see the part of me that is tired. I see the part of me that does not know how to let go yet. And I will not attack these parts anymore. Softness is not the same as weakness. Softness is the way the heart becomes safe again. A hard heart may look protected, but inside it can become lonely. A soft heart may look gentle, but it can be deeply strong because it is not fighting itself. Softness says, I can be honest without being cruel. I can feel without drowning. I can release without forcing. I can rest without guilt. I can admit I am tired without calling myself a failure. I can let love touch the places that have been guarded for too long. This kind of softness is healing. It does not remove your boundaries. It helps you build them from love instead of fear. Your heavy heart may also be asking you to stop pretending that certain things did not hurt. Sometimes the heart becomes heavy because it has been asked to be silent for too long. Maybe you told yourself it was not a big deal. Maybe you kept saying, I am fine. Maybe you made excuses for someone else because accepting the truth felt too painful. Maybe you stayed busy so you did not have to feel the emptiness. Maybe you became the helper, the giver, the listener, while your own heart waited quietly in the background. But tonight, your heart does not need another mask. It needs truth spoken gently. It needs you to say, yes, that hurt. Yes, I was disappointed. Yes, I wanted to be loved better. Yes, I am tired. And yes, I am ready to stop carrying it alone. There is great relief in telling yourself the truth with love. Not a harsh truth that cuts. Not a truth used as a weapon. A soft truth. A clean truth. A truth that lets the heart breathe. The truth might be, I stayed longer than I should have because I was afraid. The truth might be, I gave too much because I wanted to be chosen. The truth might be, I keep thinking about the past because I still want it to make sense. The truth might be, I have been tired for a long time. The truth might be, I need to stop chasing peace from people who cannot give it to me. These truths may feel tender, but they also open a door. The heart becomes lighter when it no longer has to hide from itself. If tears come when you hear this, let them be treated with respect. Tears are not failure. Tears are the heart releasing what words could not carry. Tears are the body saying, I have held this for long enough. Tears are not here to embarrass you. They are not here to make you weak. They are here to wash the inner places that have been tense for too long. Maybe you do not cry. That is okay too. Softness has many forms. Sometimes softness is a tear. Sometimes it is a quiet breath. Sometimes it is the decision not to check the old message. Sometimes it is closing the door on the thought that keeps hurting you. Sometimes it is saying, I am allowed to rest now. Your heavy heart is not asking you to become perfect. It is asking you to become present. Present with yourself. Present with what is real inside you. Present with the part of you that needs kindness tonight. So often we abandon ourselves in small ways. We feel pain and distract from it. We feel fear and shame it. We feel sadness and compare it. We feel tired and push harder. We feel lonely and chase what does not nourish us. But tonight, you can stop abandoning yourself. You can return inward and say, I am here with you. I am not leaving you alone with this heaviness. I am not going to make you carry this without love. This is the beginning of true self-comfort, not empty words, not pretending, a real inner companionship. The kind that says, even if no one else understands this fully, I will listen to my own heart. Even if the world expects me to move quickly, I will move with care. Even if the old pain returns tonight, I will not punish myself for feeling it. Even if I do not know how to let go completely, I can begin by becoming kinder. The heart does not need you to have every answer. It needs to know you are no longer its enemy. My heavy heart is not broken. It is asking to be loved more gently. Let that become the center of this moment. Not broken, asking. Not weak, asking. Not too much, asking. The heaviness is a message, not a mistake. It says something inside you needs softness, honesty, rest, release, and love. When you answer the heart with gentleness, it does not have to shout through heaviness as much. When you listen, it does not have to tighten to get your attention. When you hold it with compassion, it slowly learns that it is safe to let go. Perhaps your heart is heavy because you have been waiting for someone else to make you feel light, waiting for their apology, waiting for their love, waiting for their return, waiting for their approval, waiting for their change, waiting for them to finally see what you carried. But your heart's freedom cannot depend completely on another person's awakening. If they change, bless that. If they apologize, receive what feels true. If they understand, let it be healing if it is sincere. But do not place your whole peace in hands that may not know how to hold it. Tonight, you can begin giving your heart what it has been waiting for. You can give it kindness. You can give it patience. You can give it permission to stop chasing. You can give it a safe place to rest inside your own love. A heart becomes heavy when it keeps reaching toward what drains it. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is call your energy back. Not with anger, not with bitterness, with quiet care. You can say, I call my energy back from the person who could not love me in the way I needed. I call my energy back from the past I cannot change. I call my energy back from the fear of what may happen. I call my energy back from the need to be understood by everyone. I call my energy back from the old belief that I must suffer to prove I care. I bring my heart home to me tonight. This returning is sacred. It may feel unfamiliar at first because the heart may be used to reaching outward. But tonight, the heart can begin to rest inward. Instead of asking, will they choose me? Ask, am I choosing myself with love tonight? Instead of asking, why did they not understand me? Ask, how can I understand my own heart more gently? Instead of asking, what if I never receive what I wanted? Ask, what peace is available to me right now? These questions bring power back. They do not deny the pain. They give the heart a new direction. Softness also means allowing yourself to be human. You may have spiritual beliefs. You may believe in healing, love, energy, life, divine timing, and the power of thought. But being spiritual does not mean you never feel heavy. It does not mean you never grieve. It does not mean you never become tired. It does not mean you must smile over every wound. True spirituality is not a mask. It is the loving light you bring to the honest human experience. It is saying, I feel this, and I choose to meet it with love. I am hurting, and I do not need to turn against myself. I am tired, and life can still hold me. I am releasing, and I can do it gently. The heart does not become light because you force it to be light. It becomes light when the old weight is no longer pressed down by judgment. It becomes light when truth is allowed. It becomes light when tears are not shamed. It becomes light when rest is permitted. It becomes light when you stop confusing heaviness with loyalty. It becomes light when the body receives the message, we are safe now. We do not have to keep carrying this in the same way. The lightness may begin quietly, a little less tension, a little more room in the chest, a little less need to replay, a little more kindness toward yourself. These are not small things. These are signs that your heart is beginning to trust peace again. Tonight, imagine speaking to your heart as if it were someone precious, not someone who needs to be fixed, not someone who needs to hurry. Someone precious, someone who has carried more than they say, someone who deserves gentleness. You might say, dear heart, I know you are tired. I know you have been holding what felt too painful to release. I know you tried to protect me. I know you kept loving even when it hurt. I know you kept hoping even when hope felt thin. I know you wanted answers. I know you wanted safety. I know you wanted to feel chosen, supported, understood, and free. And tonight, I am here. I will not push you. I will not shame you. I will love you as you soften. There is no need to perform healing for anyone. No need to prove that you are over something. No need to act lighter before your heart is ready. Let the process be real. Let it be simple. Let it be yours. The heart is not a machine. It is not meant to switch from pain to peace because the mind commands it. The heart moves through trust. It opens when it feels safe. It releases when it is no longer forced. It becomes light when love becomes stronger than the need to hold on. And maybe tonight, softness means you stop arguing with your own feelings. Maybe softness means you stop searching the past for a different ending. Maybe softness means you stop asking why your heart is taking time. Maybe softness means you no longer treat your sadness as an enemy. Maybe softness means you give your body rest instead of another worry. Maybe softness means you bless the version of you that did not know then what you know now. Maybe softness means you choose not to carry tomorrow before it arrives. Maybe softness means you let the old wound have less space in your night. Your heavy heart is not asking for a perfect answer. It is asking for a kinder relationship with you. It wants to know that when pain rises, you will not leave. When fear speaks, you will listen without obeying every fearful word. When sadness comes, you will not call yourself weak. When memories return, you will not become trapped inside them. When the body tightens, you will bring tenderness instead of panic. This is how the heart learns safety. This is how heaviness begins to turn into softness. This is how softness slowly becomes light. So tonight, let the heart be met with words that do not wound it again. Say, I am gentle with the place in me that still hurts. I am patient with the part of me that is learning to release. I am safe to stop carrying what has become too heavy. I do not shame my heart for needing time. I do not force my heart to feel light. I love it until lightness becomes possible. These words are not empty. They are a new atmosphere. They teach the heart that it no longer has to protect itself from your own inner voice. The old way may have been to push through, stay busy, overthink, blame yourself, chase answers, or hold tightly to what hurt you. But the new way begins tonight with softness. You do not need to know the whole path of release. You only need to stop hardening against yourself. You only need to let kindness be present where criticism once lived. You only need to let the heart feel that something has changed inside your relationship with yourself. No more forcing, no more fighting every feeling, no more carrying pain as proof of love, no more making heaviness your identity. Tonight, the heart is allowed to become a little lighter because it is finally being treated with love. Let this be the message that moves gently through you. My heavy heart is not broken. It has been waiting for softness. It has been waiting for permission. It has been waiting for me to stop judging its pain. It has been waiting for me to return with kindness. And now I return. I return to my heart with love. I return to my body with care. I return to this night with a quieter mind. I return to the truth that I am allowed to release, allowed to rest, allowed to be held by peace, allowed to become light again, in my own time, in my own way, through love that begins within me. Letting go does not mean you are losing what mattered. It does not mean you are throwing away the love, the lesson, the memory, the meaning, or the part of your life that once felt precious. Letting go means you are no longer willing to let pain be the only thing you carry forward. You can keep the wisdom without keeping the wound open. You can remember what touched your heart without letting it make your heart heavy every night. You can honor the chapter without living inside it forever. Tonight, let this truth come close to you. I can release the pain without losing the wisdom. Many hearts hold on because they are afraid that release means betrayal. You may think, if I let go, then maybe it means it did not matter. If I become peaceful, maybe it means I did not love enough. If I stop hurting, maybe it means I have forgotten. But peace is not betrayal. Healing is not forgetting. Rest is not disrespect. Your heart is allowed to stop suffering, even for something that once mattered deeply. Love does not need pain to prove it was real. A lesson does not need a wound to stay useful. A memory does not need to press on why. Our chest to remain part of your story. Sometimes you keep holding on because the past had beauty inside it. It was not all pain. There may have been good moments. There may have been laughter. There may have been hope. There may have been a version of you who believed with their whole heart. And maybe letting go feels hard because you are not only releasing what hurt you, you are also releasing what you wished it could have become. You are releasing the dream around it. You are releasing the picture in your mind. You are releasing the future you quietly built inside your heart. That kind of release can feel tender. It deserves gentleness. You are not foolish for grieving what never fully arrived. The heart can grieve a dream too. But my dear, a dream that did not arrive in the way you hoped is not the end of your life's goodness. Sometimes we cling to one door because we loved the light we imagined behind it. We say it had to be this person, it had to be this plan, it had to be this timing, it had to happen in this exact way. And when it does not, the heart feels lost. But life has many ways to bring love, peace, support, and beauty. The mind may only see the closed door. The soul can learn to trust that life still has rooms it has not shown you yet. Letting go of one form is not letting go of good itself. It may be making space for good to reach you in a softer, healthier, more peaceful way. There is a difference between letting go and giving up. Giving up says nothing good can come. Letting go says I stop forcing what is hurting me and I open to what is right for my peace. Giving up closes the heart. Letting go frees the heart from gripping. Giving up is despair. Letting go is trust. Giving up says life is finished. Letting go says this chapter is complete and I am willing to be guided into what comes next. So do not be afraid of the words let go. They are not here to steal from you. They are here to return you to yourself. Maybe what you are releasing tonight is not a person. Maybe it is a belief. The belief that you must be chosen by someone else before you can feel worthy. The belief that you must carry guilt to prove you have learned. The belief that if you control everything, nothing painful will happen. The belief that your past defines how much joy you can receive. The belief that you are behind. The belief that love must be chased. The belief that rest must be earned through exhaustion. These beliefs may have been with you for a long time. They may feel like part of you, but they are not your truth. They are old clothing your soul has outgrown. Tonight you are allowed to take off what no longer fits the person you are becoming. Letting go also means releasing the need to keep explaining yourself to people who have already decided not to understand. That is a heavy burden. You may keep preparing speeches in your mind. You may imagine conversations where they finally see your pain. You may think of the perfect sentence that would make them understand how deeply you were hurt. But some hearts are not ready to listen. Some people are not able to hold the truth of what they caused. Some doors do not open through explanation. And you can spend many nights trying to be understood by someone who is not willing to meet you with honesty. Tonight, you can begin to return that energy to yourself. This does not mean your truth does not matter. Your truth matters deeply. Your pain matters. Your experience matters. Your heart matters. But your healing cannot wait forever for someone else to agree with your truth. You can validate your own heart. You can say, I know what I felt. I know what hurt. I know what I needed. I know what I learned. I know what I will no longer carry in the same way. You can become the witness you were waiting for. You can give your heart the understanding it kept trying to get from the outside. And when your own love becomes stronger, the need to be understood by everyone begins to loosen. Some people fear letting go because anger has been their shield. Anger may have helped them feel strong when they felt helpless. Anger may have helped them stand up after being hurt. Anger may have said, never again. And in that way, anger may have served a purpose. We do not need to shame it. But anger was never meant to be your permanent home. A shield becomes heavy when you carry it everywhere. It protects you in battle, but it can exhaust you when the battle is over. Tonight, you can thank the anger for trying to protect you, and you can ask whether it is ready to soften into wisdom. The wisdom can remain even when the anger no longer rules your body. You may say, but if I stop being angry, how will I protect myself? My dear, peace does not remove your boundaries. Peace makes your boundaries clearer. When you are no longer flooded by old pain, you can hear your own truth more clearly. You can say no without needing to hate. You can walk away without needing to curse the path behind you. You can protect your heart without closing it to life. You can remember what happened without letting it poison every new beginning. Letting go does not make you careless. It makes you free enough to choose from wisdom instead of from a wound. Letting go can also mean releasing the old version of yourself that survived by holding everything together. Maybe you became the person who never asked for help. Maybe you became the person who stayed calm while breaking inside. Maybe you became the person who kept loving even when love was not returned. Maybe you became the person who carried everyone else's feelings while ignoring your own. That version of you deserves respect. That version of you got you through. But survival is not the same as peace. You are allowed to thank the old self and become someone softer now. You're allowed to say, I no longer need to survive in the same way. I am learning how to live with more gentleness. There may be grief in letting go of the old self. Sometimes we are attached to pain because it has become familiar. We know how to be the strong one. We know how to be the one who waits. We know how to be the one who gives too much. We know how to be the one who expects disappointment. A lighter life can feel strange at first because the nervous system may not trust ease. It may wonder, can I really rest? Can I really stop watching for danger? Can I really receive love without chasing it? Can I really be peaceful without losing control? This is why release must be gentle. You are teaching your whole inner world a new way to feel safe. So tonight, do not demand that your heart drop everything at once. That would only create more pressure. Letting go can happen layer by layer. A little less blame, a little less replaying, a little less reaching toward what hurts, a little less fear of the future, a little more trust in your own life, a little more kindness toward your body, a little more space around the memory, a little more willingness to believe that peace is possible. The heart loves softness. It opens in its own way. You do not have to force the door. You only have to stop locking it from the inside. There is a sentence you can give your heart tonight. I release what I am ready to release, and I trust the rest to soften in time. Let that be enough. You do not need to measure your healing. You do not need to judge whether you are letting go fast enough. You do not need to compare your heart to anyone else's heart. Some wounds are quiet on the outside and deep on the inside. Some losses are hard to explain. Some attachments were tied to old needs, old dreams, old fears, and old hopes. Be patient. The heart does not need to be rushed. It needs to be loved into freedom. Letting go of pain does not mean denying that it changed you. It may have changed how you see love. It may have changed how you see trust. It may have changed how you protect yourself. It may have changed how you listen to your body. But change does not have to become hardness. What hurt you can teach you without closing you. It can make you wiser without making you bitter. It can make you more honest without making you afraid of tenderness. It can make you more careful without making you cold. You are allowed to grow from pain in a way that still keeps your spirit warm. tonight, think of release as an act of returning. You are returning your attention from the past to the present. You are returning your love from what cannot receive it to the heart that needs it now. You are returning your energy from old questions to your own peace. You are returning your body from tension to softness. You are returning your mind from replaying to resting. You are returning your soul from fear to trust. This is not loss. This is coming home. If part of you still wants to hold on, do not fight that part. Listen to it. It may be afraid. It may believe that letting go means being alone. It may believe that letting go means the dream is over. It may believe that letting go means there is nothing left. Speak to that part with tenderness. Say, I understand why you are afraid. I know this mattered. I know we hoped. I know it hurts to loosen the grip. But we are not losing ourselves by letting go. We are finding ourselves again. We are not stepping into emptiness. We are making room for peace. We are not abandoning love. We are releasing pain from the place where love should breathe. There is no need to make the past wrong in order to release it. Sometimes the heart tries to heal by turning everything bitter. It says, none of it mattered. I should never have cared. I was foolish. But that is another kind of pain. You do not need to turn love into hate to be free. You can say it mattered and it is complete. It taught me and I am moving forward. There was beauty and there was pain. I honor what was real and I release what is too heavy. That is a more peaceful truth. It lets the heart stay honest without staying trapped. Tonight, you are allowed to release the grip on what did not become what you hoped. You are allowed to stop waiting at the door of a closed chapter. You are allowed to bless the lesson and let the burden fall away. You are allowed to stop making the heart prove its love through suffering. You are allowed to choose peace without asking the past for permission. Letting go does not erase your story. It changes your relationship with it. It lets the story become something you learned from, not something you sleep inside every night. And if the heart asks, what will I have left if I let go? Answer softly, you will have yourself. You will have your breath. You will have your life force. You will have the wisdom. You will have space. You will have the chance to receive new peace. You will have the ability to meet tomorrow without dragging yesterday into every room. You will have a heart that is not empty, but lighter. A heart that is not careless, but free. A heart that is not forgetting, but healing. A heart that can hold love without holding pain as its proof. So tonight, let these words settle deeply. I can release the pain without losing the wisdom. I can let go without losing myself. I can honor what was and still open to what will be. I can stop carrying what no longer helps me. I can allow my heart to become light without guilt. I can trust that what is truly meant for my soul will not require me to suffer forever. I can bless the past, keep the lesson, and let peace enter the space where heaviness used to live. Tonight, you stop fighting the past, not because the past was unimportant, but because your heart deserves peace in the present. The mind may keep returning to old scenes, old words, old mistakes, old endings, and old questions. It may try to rearrange what already happened. It may try to understand every detail. It may. I say, if I think about it enough, maybe it will finally make sense. If I replay it enough, maybe I will find the moment where everything could have changed. If I blame myself enough, maybe I can feel in control of what hurt me. But dear one, replaying the past does not change it. It only asks your body to live through it again. There is a deep tiredness that comes from fighting what cannot be changed. You may argue with old memories as if they are still happening. You may answer old conversations in your mind. You may imagine what you should have said. You may wonder what would have happened if you had chosen differently. You may feel anger at yourself for not knowing then what you know now. But the version of you in the past did not have today's wisdom. That version was living with the awareness, fear, hope, and strength available at that time. Please do not use your new understanding to attack the old version of you who was only trying to survive, love, believe, or find safety. Tonight, say this gently. I forgive myself for not knowing what I know now. Let that sentence become medicine. You do not need to say it perfectly. You do not need to feel it fully at first. Just let it come near the part of you that still feels guilty. That part may have waited a long time to be met with compassion. It may have been blamed, judged, and questioned by your own mind. But maybe what it needed all along was not punishment. Maybe it needed someone to say, I understand. You were doing your best with what you could see. You were learning. You were human. You are allowed to be free. The past can become heavy when the mind believes it must keep fighting for a different ending. But some endings cannot be changed by thought. Some words cannot be unsaid. Some people cannot be made ready to love correctly. Some choices cannot be remade. Some moments belong to yesterday. And though that may feel painful, there is also a quiet doorway inside that truth. If the past cannot be changed, then perhaps your energy no longer needs to be spent trying to change it. Perhaps your energy can be used to heal, to rest, to grow, to build a softer life now. You cannot rewrite what happened, but you can write the next sentence from a more loving place. This is not easy for the human heart. The heart wants meaning. The heart wants justice. The heart wants repair. The heart wants someone to say, I understand what I did. I understand what you felt. I understand what you needed. And when that does not come, the heart may keep fighting. It may keep returning to the same place, hoping the story will answer back. But sometimes closure does not arrive as a conversation. Sometimes closure arrives as a decision inside your own soul. A decision that says, I will not keep losing my peace to what refuses to change. I will not keep asking yesterday to become different before I allow myself to breathe tonight. The past may have shaped you, but it does not need to harm. Hold the pen forever. There is still a living part of you that can choose. You can choose what meaning you give to what happened. You can choose what boundaries you carry forward. You can choose what beliefs you no longer repeat. You can choose how gently you speak to the part of you that still hurts. You can choose not to turn one painful chapter into the whole story of your life. That is where power returns. Not in controlling what happened, but in refusing to let it decide who you must become. Maybe the past told you that you were not enough. Tonight, you can answer, my worth was never decided by that moment. Maybe the past told you that love always leaves. Tonight, you can answer, I am learning a love that begins within me and meets me safely. Maybe the past told you that you cannot trust yourself. Tonight you can answer, I can learn, I can listen, I can choose differently now. Maybe the past told you that life is unfair and nothing good stays. Tonight you can answer, I am open to new evidence of kindness, support, and peace. The past may speak loudly, but it does not have to be the only voice inside you. One of the reasons old pain keeps returning is that the heart is still trying to protect you from feeling the same thing again. It says, remember this. Watch for this. Do not let this happen again. It may bring old scenes to the surface not to harm you, but to keep you alert. So when memories come, try not to hate them. Try saying, I see you. You are trying to protect me, but I do not need to keep reliving this to be safe. I can keep the wisdom without replaying the pain. I can trust myself more now. This kind of response softens the inner battle. You are no longer fighting memory with fear. You are meeting memory with love. There is a difference between remembering and rehearsing. Remembering may happen naturally. A thought comes, a feeling rises, a memory appears. Rehearsing is when you keep feeding the memory with the same emotional charge. You repeat the story. You add fear to it. You imagine it again. You let it define what is possible now. Tonight, you can notice when remembering becomes rehearsing. You can gently step back and say, I do not need to practice this pain tonight. I do not need to repeat the old scene to prove that it mattered. I can let the memory pass through without giving it the whole room. The mind may resist this at first. It may say, but I need to understand. I need to know why. I need to find the reason. And yes, understanding can be helpful. But there is a point where searching for understanding becomes another way to stay tied to the wound. Not every question has an answer that brings peace. Some answers would only create more questions. Some people cannot explain themselves with honesty. Some events are painful because they were not aligned with love, maturity, or truth. You can accept that something hurt without understanding every hidden reason behind it. You can move forward without solving every mystery. Tonight, release the need to win the argument with the past. You do not need to prove that you were right to heal. You do not need the past to agree with you. You do not need the old memory to become softer before you choose softness now. You can say, "That was then. This is tonight. I am here now. My body is here now. My heart is here now. My life is still open now." These words bring you back from the old room into the present moment. The present is where your power lives, not in the moment you keep replaying, not in the ending you keep questioning. Here, now, in the way you speak to yourself, in the way you let your shoulders soften, in the way you choose a kinder thought. The past often becomes heavier at night because the mind has fewer distractions. But night can also become a place of release. Instead of using the quiet to replay what hurt you, you can use the quiet to return to yourself. You can say, "I have carried this through many nights, and tonight I choose to carry it differently. I do not need to fight the same memory in the same way. I do not need to defend myself to a ghost of what happened. I do not need to keep opening the wound to see if it still hurts. Tonight, I offer my heart a new response. That new response may be compassion. Compassion for the version of you who stayed. Compassion for the version of you who trusted. Compassion for the version of you who did not speak. Compassion for the version of you who spoke and was not heard. Compassion for the version of you who loved from an empty place. Compassion for the version of you who made choices from fear. Compassion for the version of you who did not yet know their worth. Compassion does not excuse everything. It helps the heart stop attacking itself. It creates the safety needed for real change. My dear, if you could have chosen with perfect wisdom then, perhaps you would have. If you could have walked away sooner, perhaps you would have. If you could have seen the truth clearly, perhaps you would have. If you could have protected your heart perfectly, perhaps you would have. But you were living inside the awareness of that time. Now you know more. Now you see more. Now you can choose with more love. This is growth. Do not turn growth into a weapon against your past self. Let growth become a blessing. Say, "I know more now, and I use this knowing to love myself better, not to shame who I was." The past may also hold moments you miss. Sometimes fighting the past is not only fighting pain. Sometimes it is fighting the truth that something beautiful is no longer the same. a place, a person, a season, a version of life, a version of you. The heart may keep reaching back because it wants to feel that beauty again. That is tender. Let yourself honor it. You do not need to hate what you miss. You can say, I loved that. I am grateful for what was gentle, there. And I release the need to live there now. Gratitude can become a bridge between holding on and letting go. It allows the heart to bless what was beautiful without being trapped by it. There are nights when the mind asks, what if I never feel light again? But lightness does not usually return all at once. It returns when the old fight begins to stop. It returns when you stop using the night as a courtroom. It returns when you stop calling yourself guilty for being human. It returns when you stop asking the past to give you peace and begin creating peace from within. It returns when you let the story become quieter. It returns when your own love becomes louder than the memory. It returns when you stop dragging yesterday into every corner of tonight. So let tonight be a turning point in a soft way, not a dramatic promise, not a hard demand, a gentle turning. You turn from replaying to resting. You turn from blaming to learning. You turn from chasing answers to receiving peace. You turn from old fear to present safety. You turn from the question, why did this happen to me, toward the question, how can I love myself through what happened? That question changes everything. It stops making the past the center and makes healing the center. Maybe you are still angry. Maybe you are still confused. Maybe there are still pieces of the story that hurt. That is okay. You do not need to pretend the heart is empty of pain. You only need to stop feeding the pain with the same fight. You can feel anger without letting it own your night. You can feel sadness without becoming hopeless. You can feel regret without punishing yourself. You can feel longing without returning to what breaks you. Feelings can move through you when you stop building a home around them. Tonight, you are allowed to close the inner courtroom. You do not have to keep presenting evidence. You do not have to keep defending your pain. You do not have to keep proving that you were hurt. Your heart knows. Life knows. The tender places inside you know. And now those places need healing more than they need another argument. They need your presence. They need your warmth. They need your permission to stop living in the moment of impact. You can say, I believe my own pain. I honor my own story. And I choose to stop fighting the past tonight. There may be a fear that if you stop fighting the past, it means the past wins. But the opposite is true. The past wins when it keeps taking your present. The past wins when it keeps deciding your future. The past wins when it keeps your heart heavy long after the moment has gone. You win your peace back when you stop giving the old pain new life every night. You win your energy back when you stop rehearsing what cannot be changed. You win yourself back when you say, I am still here and my life is still mine. Let this truth move gently through your heart. The past happened, but it does not need to live inside me. Every night. The past taught me, but it does not own me. The past changed me, but it does not get to close my heart forever. The past hurt me, but I will not keep hurting myself with it. The past had its chapter, but tonight belongs to peace. Tonight belongs to healing. Tonight belongs to the version of me that is learning to rest without carrying every old fight. You can stop fighting the past by blessing the part of you that survived it. Bless the part that kept going. Bless the part that still believed in love. Bless the part that woke up again after hard nights. Bless the part that learned even through pain. Bless the part that now wants something gentler. When you bless yourself this way, the past begins to lose its sharpness. It becomes a teacher, not a prison. It becomes a chapter, not a home. It becomes something you walked through, not something you must keep sleeping inside. And now, tonight, with a softer heart, let this be your inner movement. I stop arguing with what I cannot change. I stop blaming myself for what I did not know. I stop asking old pain to explain my future. I stop carrying yesterday into every night. I allow the past to become the past. I allow this moment to become a new place of peace. I am here now. I am safe now. I am learning now. I am allowed to be lighter now. You are safe to put the burden down tonight. You do not have to keep your heart tight to prove that you care. You do not have to keep your body tense to prove that you are responsible. You do not have to keep thinking, planning, fearing, and remembering as if your worry is the only thing holding your life together. My dear, there is a deeper support available than the mind's constant effort. There is a quiet love in life that can hold what you cannot solve tonight. There is a softness that can meet you when you stop trying to carry everything alone. Tonight, you are allowed to place the burden down and let peace come near. Some burdens are obvious. Work, money, family, health, relationships, decisions, responsibilities. But some burdens are hidden. The burden of always being strong, the burden of not disappointing anyone, the burden of trying to be understood, the burden of needing to know what comes next, the burden of carrying guilt, the burden of pretending you are okay, the burden of holding old pain in the body, the burden of being afraid to rest because something might fall apart if you stop worrying. These quiet burdens can become so familiar that you forget you are carrying them. They feel like part of life, but they are not your true nature. Your soul was not created only to carry. It was also created to receive. Tonight, listen to the body. The body often knows the burden before the mind admits it. The shoulders may feel lifted and tight. The jaw may feel held. The chest may feel full. The stomach may feel guarded. The mind may move from one thought to another, searching for control. None of this means something is wrong with you. It means the body has been trying to protect you. It has been holding old signals of danger. It has been preparing, bracing, waiting, watching. So do not speak harshly to it. Speak as you would speak to someone who has carried a heavy bag for a long road. Say, dear body, thank you for carrying me. You can soften now. You do not have to hold everything so tightly tonight. There is a tenderness in allowing the body to feel safe, not perfect, not completely free of every feeling. Safe enough to loosen a little. Safe enough to rest from the fight. Safe enough to stop gripping the old story. You do not need to force deep peace. Let peace be simple, a softer thought, a kinder word, a little less pressure around the heart, a little more trust that this night is not asking you to solve your entire life. Sometimes the body relaxes not because every problem disappears, but because it finally hears, I am not alone inside myself anymore. You may have learned to carry too much because at some point you had to. Maybe there was no one to hold your feelings. Maybe you became the responsible one. Maybe you learned that rest was unsafe, that needing help was weakness, that love had to be earned, that mistakes were dangerous, that silence was easier than truth. These lessons may have helped you survive, but tonight they do not have to rule you. You can gently tell the old pattern, thank you for trying to protect me, but I am learning a new way. I do not need to carry the whole world to be safe. I do not need to hold every fear to be prepared. I can be responsible and still be gentle with myself. Putting the burden down does not mean abandoning your life. It means no longer carrying your life with fear as the main weight. You can still take care of what needs care. You can still make wise choices. You can still answer what must be answered. You can still protect your peace. But tonight, you do not have to do tomorrow's work in your mind. You do not have to suffer in advance. You do not have to imagine every possible problem to prove you are ready. Worry may feel like preparation, but often it only exhausts the heart before life has even asked for action. Tonight, release the future from your grip. Let tomorrow belong to tomorrow. There is a sacred difference between care and control. Care says, I will do what I can with love. Control says, I must hold everything together or nothing will be safe. Care feels steady. Control feels tight. Care allows rest. Control fears rest. Care listens. Control demands. Care trusts that life can meet you step by step. Control believes everything depends on your panic. Tonight, you can choose care without control. You can say, I care about my life, and I am still allowed to rest. I care about the people I love, and I am still allowed to have peace. I care about the future, and I am still allowed to sleep without carrying it in my chest. Sometimes the burden you need to put down is not yours. You may be carrying someone else's mood, someone else's choices, someone else's healing, someone else's opinion, someone else's approval, someone else's pain. You may feel responsible for making everyone comfortable. You may believe peace can only happen if no one is upset with you. But you cannot live freely if your heart is always carrying emotional weight that belongs to others. Love does not require self-abandonment. Compassion does not require you to become the ground where everyone drops their pain. You can love others and still return their burdens to their own path. Tonight, say softly, I release what is not mine to carry. Let that sentence move through the places in you that have been over-responsible. You can care without carrying everything. You can support without losing yourself. You can listen without absorbing. You can forgive without reopening doors that harm you. You can wish someone healing without making their healing your full-time burden. You can be loving and still have limits. This is not cold. This is healthy. This is how the heart becomes lighter without becoming closed. Maybe you are carrying the burden of another person's opinion, their judgment, their silence, their misunderstanding, their reaction, their approval or disapproval. This burden can make the soul feel very tired because it keeps you outside yourself, waiting to be told who you are. Tonight, bring your identity back. You do not need every person to understand you before you are allowed to trust your own heart. You do not need every person to approve before you are allowed to choose peace. You do not need to become smaller so others feel comfortable. You are allowed to belong to yourself. There is also the burden of regret. Regret can sit heavily on the heart because it keeps pointing backward. It says, you should have known. You should have done more. You should have left earlier. You should have spoken differently. You should have chosen better. And maybe there are things you would choose differently now. That is part of growth. But regret becomes harmful when it refuses to let wisdom be enough. Tonight, let wisdom be enough. Say, I learned what I could. I see more clearly now. I choose better from here. I do not need to keep punishing myself to prove I have grown. This is how regret begins to soften into maturity. If you have carried shame, place it down gently too. Shame says, something is wrong with me. Love says, something happened and I am learning. Shame says, I am not worthy of peace. Love says, peace is part of my healing. Shame says, hide. Love says, come home. Shame makes the burden heavier because it tells the heart it must carry pain alone. But tonight, shame does not get to be the final voice. Let love speak. Let tenderness speak. Let the part of you that knows your deeper innocence speak. You are not the worst thing you have done. You are not the hardest thing you have survived. You are a living soul, still learning how to love more wisely. You are safe to put the burden down, even if the mind does not know what will happen next. This is difficult because the mind wants certainty before it relaxes. It says, "Tell me how everything will work and then I will rest. Tell me who will stay and then I will soften. Tell me when the answer will come and then I will trust." But peace that depends on knowing every detail is fragile. A deeper peace begins when you can say, "I do not know everything, and I can still be held tonight. I do not have all the answers, and I can still be gentle with my heart. I do not see the whole path, and I can still take the weight out of my chest." Life does not ask you to see the whole path before you receive rest. The flower does not open by understanding the entire season. The river does not move by seeing the ocean in every moment. The body does not heal by knowing every mystery at once. There is a quiet intelligence in life that works beyond your constant thinking. You have been supported in ways you did not fully notice. You have survived nights you thought would break you. You have been guided through endings, changes, delays, and beginnings. Something in you is still here. Something in you still wants peace. Something in you is ready to trust a little more. Putting the burden down may feel like an inner sentence. I cannot solve this tonight, so I release it into love. I cannot change the past tonight, so I let my heart rest from it. I cannot control another person tonight, so I return to myself. I cannot know every answer tonight, so I trust that clarity can come in time. I cannot carry fear and receive peace at the same time, so I choose to loosen my hold. These sentences are not weakness, they are wisdom. They let the heart stop trying to do impossible work in the dark. Sometimes you may feel that if you put the burden down, you will become careless. But heaviness is not the same as responsibility. A heavy heart does not make you more worthy. A worried mind does not make life safer. A tense body does not prove that you care. You can be loving without being heavy. You can be responsible without being restless. You can be devoted without being drained. You can be aware without being afraid. Tonight, let your nervous system learn that peace is not danger. Rest is not neglect. Softness is not failure. Letting go of the burden is not letting go of your life. It is letting life breathe through you again. The heart becomes lighter when it stops holding everything alone. So invite support in the way that feels true to you. Support may be life. Support may be love. Support may be the quiet wisdom inside you. Support may be a higher power, the universe, a peaceful presence, or simply the truth that you do not need to fight yourself tonight. Let support be near without needing to define it perfectly. Say, I am open to being supported. I am open to peace entering where pressure has lived. I am open to LP in ways I can understand and ways I cannot yet see. I am open to being held by life tonight. If the mind says, but what about tomorrow? Answer gently, tomorrow will be met when tomorrow comes. If the mind says, but what if the pain returns? Answer, I will meet myself with love again. If the mind says, but what if I am not strong enough? Answer, I do not have to be strong in the old way. I can be supported. If the mind says, but what if I cannot let go? Answer, I do not need to force release. I only need to soften a little tonight. This is how you teach the mind a new way, not by fighting it, but by giving it a kinder response. You are safe to stop rehearsing disaster. You are safe to stop preparing for rejection. You are safe to stop carrying conversations that have not happened. You are safe to stop imagining loss before love even has a chance to arrive. You are safe to stop making your body live inside fear. The old mind may not believe this immediately, and that is okay. Let it learn through gentleness. Let it hear the same kind truth again and again. I am safe to put this burden down. I am safe to rest from this thought. I am safe to let life hold what I cannot hold tonight. This safety does not mean nothing difficult will ever happen. It means you do not have to abandon yourself when life is difficult. It means you can meet hard moments with more softness. It means you can stop using fear as your only protection. It means you can trust that there is a wiser way to live than carrying tension every night. It means you can choose a peaceful inner posture even while life is still unfolding. The burden may have been heavy for a long time, but it is not your identity. It is something you have carried, and what has been carried can be placed down. Imagine the burden as old emotional weight that no longer needs your full strength, not because it never mattered, not because everything is solved, but because your heart needs rest. You can place down the need to know, place down the need to control, place down the need to be perfect, place down the need to punish yourself, place down the need to make everyone understand, place down the need to hold old pain as proof that you cared, place down the belief that you must stay heavy to stay safe. Let each one return to life, to love, to the gentle space beyond your overthinking mind. And now speak to your heart in the simplest way. Dear heart, you can rest tonight. Dear mind, you do not have to solve everything. Dear body, you can soften now. Dear soul, you are not alone. These words may seem simple, but simplicity is what the tired heart can receive. It does not need complicated explanations. It needs safety. It needs warmth. It needs to hear that this night is not another battle. This night can be a place of release. This night can be a place where the heart is not asked to hold more than it can carry. Maybe the burden will not disappear completely in this moment. That is okay. The first sign of healing may simply be that you are no longer gripping it as tightly. A little space appears. A little softness enters. A little trust returns. The thought may still be there, but it does not own the whole room. The memory may still exist, but it is not pressing as hard. The fear may still speak, but your loving voice is beginning to answer. That is real. That is enough for tonight. Lightness often begins as a small space where heaviness used to feel solid. You are safe to put the burden down because you are not putting yourself down. You are not abandoning your needs. You are not denying your truth. You are not becoming careless with your heart. You are choosing to stop carrying pain in a way that harms you. You are choosing to let your body receive a message of peace. You are choosing to trust that love can hold what fear has been trying to control. You are choosing to let tonight be softer than the nights before. Let this be the quiet promise inside you. I do not have to carry everything tonight. I do not have to fix my whole life before I rest. I do not have to hold the past in my chest to remember what it taught me. I do not have to carry other people's feelings as if they are mine. I do not have to keep fear alive to stay safe. I am allowed to put the burden down. I am allowed to let peace come near. I am allowed to be supported by life. I am allowed to become light again. And as this night continues, let your heart know that it is not being asked to perform. It is not being asked to heal on command. It is simply being invited into a softer space, a space where the burden is no longer praised, a space where heaviness is no longer mistaken for love, a space where your body is allowed to rest from old tension, a space where the mind can stop running in circles, a space where your soul can whisper, I am safe now to release what is too heavy for tonight. I am safe now to receive peace. I am safe now to let love hold what I can no longer carry alone. Forgiveness begins as freedom, not pressure. It is not a command you must obey before your heart is ready. It is not a spiritual rule used to rush your pain. It is not pretending that what happened did not hurt. It is not saying that someone's actions were right when they were not. It is not opening a door that your peace has already closed. Forgiveness, in its truest form, is the moment your soul begins to say, I no longer want this pain to own my inner life. I no longer want the past to use my energy every night. I no longer want my heart to stay tied to what wounded it. I am willing to become free. Many people are afraid of forgiveness because they think it means becoming small. They think it means letting someone get away with what they did. They think it means forgetting the lesson, removing the boundary, or returning to something that harmed them. But forgiveness does not ask you to abandon wisdom. It does not ask you to ignore truth. It does not ask you to make excuses for what broke your trust. Forgiveness simply says, I will not keep drinking the bitterness and calling it protection. I will not keep holding the burning coal and wondering why my own hand hurts. I will not give the old pain another night inside my heart without asking whether I am ready to be free. You can forgive and still have boundaries. You can forgive and still not return. You can forgive and still say, that was not right for me. You can forgive and still choose distance. You can forgive and still protect your peace. This is very important, my dear, because the heart often resists forgiveness when it believes forgiveness means self-abandonment. But true forgiveness is not self-abandonment. It is the return to yourself. It is choosing to stand with your own heart at last. It is saying, I see what happened. I see what it cost me. I see what I learned. And now I choose not to let this old wound be the center of my life forever. Sometimes forgiveness does not begin with I forgive. That sentence may feel too big. It may feel too far away. It may feel untrue in the body, and that is okay. The heart does not need to be forced into words it cannot yet hold. Forgiveness can begin with something much softer. I am willing to release one layer of this pain. I am willing to stop carrying this in the same way. I am willing to let peace touch the place where resentment has lived. I am willing to no longer punish myself for what happened. Willingness is a gentle doorway. It does not demand that you be fully free tonight. It only opens the heart enough for freedom to come near. There may be anger inside you, and that anger may have a reason. It may be saying, I was hurt, I was not seen, I was not loved well, I gave too much, I was treated unfairly, I stayed silent too long, I trusted someone who did not handle my trust with care. Do not shame the anger. Listen to the message inside it. Anger often protects the part of you that felt powerless. It can help you understand where a boundary was crossed. It can help you see what you no longer want to accept. But after anger has delivered its message, it does not have to become your home. It can soften into clarity. It can become self-respect. It can become the quiet strength that says, I learned, and I am moving forward with love for myself. If resentment has been living inside you for a long time, it may feel familiar. You may not even notice how often you return to the old courtroom in your mind. You may replay what they said, what they did, what you should have said, how unfair it was, how much it changed you. You may keep trying to make the past confess, but the past may never speak in the way you want. The past may never give the answer that finally satisfies the heart. And if your peace waits for that perfect answer, your peace may stay outside the door for too long. Tonight, you can choose another way. You can say, I do not need the past to explain self before I allow myself to breathe. Forgiveness also means releasing the hope that the past will become different. That hope can be very hidden. A part of you may still be waiting for someone to wake up, understand, return, apologize, regret, or change. And maybe they will. Maybe they will not. But your freedom cannot depend completely on their awakening. Your healing cannot wait forever for someone else's honesty. You can receive an apology if it comes, but you do not have to make your whole peace depend on it. You can say, I release my heart from waiting. I release my peace from their response. I release my life from the need for the past to finally make sense. Forgiveness toward yourself may be even more tender. You may have forgiven others in words, but still hold yourself in a quiet prison. You may blame yourself for staying too long, trusting too much, giving too quickly, speaking too softly, ignoring the signs, or not knowing what you know now. My dear, self-forgiveness is not avoiding responsibility. It is taking responsibility with love instead of cruelty. It is saying, I see where I was unaware. I see where I was afraid. I see where I gave from emptiness. I see where I needed love so badly that I forgot my own worth. And I choose to learn from this without hating myself. Please do not use your present wisdom to punish your past self. The version of you who made those choices did not have the same clarity you have now. That version may have been lonely, hopeful, tired, afraid, confused, or simply doing the best they could with the strength they had. That version does not need your attack. That version needs your embrace. You can say, I forgive myself for not seeing clearly sooner. I forgive myself for the ways I abandoned myself while trying to be loved. I forgive myself for believing pain was the price of connection. I forgive myself for not knowing how precious my peace was. These words are not weakness. They are the beginning of coming home. Sometimes the heart carries guilt because it believes guilt is proof of goodness. If you feel bad enough, maybe it means you care. If you punish yourself enough, maybe it means you learned. If you keep replaying the mistake, maybe it means you are safe from repeating it. But guilt can become a heavy room with no door. Wisdom is different. Wisdom says, I understand now. I choose differently now. I repair what I can. I release what I cannot change. I walk forward with more love, more honesty, and more care. Guilt keeps you bent toward the past. Wisdom lets you stand and move gently toward the future. Forgiveness does not always feel beautiful at first. Sometimes it feels like sadness. Sometimes it feels like emptiness because the old anger had been giving you a sense of control. Sometimes it feels quiet because you are no longer rehearsing the same fight. Sometimes it feels unfamiliar because peace can feel strange to a heart that has lived it in defense for a long time. Let it feel unfamiliar. Your heart is learning a new language. It is learning that freedom does not require constant hardness. It is learning that you can remember and still rest. It is learning that softness can protect you in a wiser way than bitterness ever could. There is a part of forgiveness that is simply taking your energy back. Not with force, not with a dramatic inner speech, just a steady returning. I take my energy back from the old pain. I take my energy back from the person who could not love me well. I take my energy back from the apology that never came. I take my energy back from the guilt that has punished me long enough. I take my energy back from the story that says I cannot be light again. Each time you say this with sincerity, something in the heart begins to turn away from the old wound and back toward life. Forgiveness may not happen in one moment. It may come in waves. One night you may feel lighter. Another night, the old pain may return. That does not mean you failed. It means another layer is asking for love. Healing is not always a straight path. The heart may release a little, remember again, soften again, understand again, and release again. Be patient with yourself. You are not trying to win a race. You are learning how to stop living in pain as your normal state. Every time you choose not to feed resentment with the same old fire, you are practicing freedom. Every time you speak kindly to the part of you that regrets, you are practicing freedom. Every time you choose peace over replaying, you are practicing freedom. Tonight, forgiveness can be very simple. You can forgive yourself for being tired. Forgive yourself for not having all the answers. Forgive yourself for needing time. Forgive yourself for wanting love. Forgive yourself for believing in someone. Forgive yourself for crying over what you thought you had already released. Forgive yourself for healing slowly. Forgive yourself for being human. These small acts of mercy matter. A heart that receives mercy from within begins to feel safe. And when the heart feels safe, it can let go more easily. Maybe you are not ready to forgive a person or a situation fully. That is okay. Begin with this. I am willing to stop letting this pain control my night. That may be the only forgiveness your heart can offer right now, and it is enough for this moment. It is a beginning. It says the old pain no longer gets full authority over your body, your rest, your breath, your thoughts, or your future. It says, I may still be healing, but I am no longer willing to be owned by what hurt me. That is a sacred step. Forgiveness is not a gift you give to the wound. It is a gift you give to the heart that has been carrying the wound. It is the key you place in your own hand. It is the soft opening where life can enter again. It is the decision to stop making your present pay for yesterday. It is the moment you say, I deserve peace, even though the story was painful. I deserve rest, even though I still have questions. I deserve lightness, even though someone did not understand my heart. I deserve to live without dragging every old hurt into every new day. Let these words settle tonight. I am willing to free myself from the pain I no longer need to carry. I release the need to replay what cannot be changed. I forgive myself for not knowing what I know now. I bless the version of me who survived. I choose wisdom without bitterness. I choose boundaries without hatred. I choose peace without pretending. I choose freedom without pressure. My heart is allowed to become lighter in its own gentle way. Your heart becomes light when you stop chasing answers that may never arrive in the way your mind demands. There are questions that can keep a soul awake for years. Why did this happen? Why did they leave? Why did they change? Why did they not choose me? Why did I trust? Why did life allow that season? Why did I not see it sooner? The mind believes that if it can find the perfect answer, the pain will finally stop. But sometimes the answer you are chasing becomes another chain. Sometimes the need to understand everything keeps the wound open longer than the wound itself. This does not mean your questions are wrong. The heart asks questions because it wants peace. It wants meaning. It wants to understand the shape of the pain so it can feel safe again. There is nothing wrong with wanting clarity, but clarity and chasing are not the same. Clarity comes with calm. Chasing comes with fear. Clarity helps you see what is true. Chasing makes you circle the same wound again and again. Clarity says, I am ready to understand what helps me heal. Chasing says, I cannot rest until the past gives me the answer I want. Sometimes no answer is gentle enough to satisfy the hurt heart. Someone may explain, and the heart may still ache. Someone may apologize, and the old wound may still need care. Someone may return, and you may still feel the pain of what happened. This is because the deepest healing does not always come from information. It comes from safety. It comes from self-love. It comes from allowing the heart to stop making another person's explanation the doorway to your freedom. An answer may help, yes, but peace must become larger than the answer. Many people wait for closure as if closure is something the outside world must hand to them. They wait for one final conversation, one perfect message, one clean reason, one moment where everything becomes clear and the pain finally makes sense. But sometimes closure is quiet. Sometimes closure is not a door slamming. It is the heart no longer standing in front of that door. Sometimes closure is not receiving the words you wanted. It is deciding that your life cannot remain paused while you wait for them. Sometimes closure is not knowing why. It is knowing that you deserve peace even without the full explanation. You do not need every answer before your heart is allowed to feel light. Let that truth come near you. You do not need to know why someone could not love you better before you begin loving yourself better. You do not need to know why a door closed before you trust that another path can open. You do not need to know why the timing was painful before you allow life to be kind to you again. You do not need to know every hidden reason before you rest tonight. Some answers come through time. Some answers come through growth. Some answers come through the quiet realization that you no longer need them as much as you once did. The mind may ask, but how can I let go if I do not understand? My dear, sometimes you let go because you understand enough. You understand that it hurt. You understand that it changed you. You understand that you cannot live inside the same wound forever. You understand that your peace matters. You understand that your heart has carried more than enough. You understand that the old path does not bring softness anymore. That may be enough understanding for tonight. You do not need the entire map to take your hand off the thorn. There is a kind of pain that grows when you keep asking questions that have no loving place to land. If the person is not honest, their answer may only confuse you more. If the situation is already complete, thinking about it may only reopen the ache. If the past cannot be changed, searching for the exact reason may become a way of avoiding the present. The heart may say, I need this answer. But the soul may whisper, what you need now is peace. What you need now is rest. What you need now is to stop letting the unanswered question become the center of your life. Tonight, you can begin to release the question without forcing the answer. You can say, I do not know why everything happened the way it did, but I know I am ready to be gentle with myself. I do not know why someone could not meet me with love, but I know I can meet myself with love now. I do not know why the door closed, but I know my life is still open. I do not know why I had to learn through pain, but I know I can carry the wisdom without carrying the wound. These are not weak answers. They are healing answers. They return your power from the past to the present. Sometimes the answer is not a sentence. Sometimes the answer is a new boundary. Sometimes the answer is a quiet strength. Sometimes the answer is your body relaxing when you finally stop chasing what drains you. Sometimes the answer is the peace that comes when you no longer need someone else to validate your pain. Sometimes the answer is your own growth. You become the answer, the wiser you, the softer you, the more honest you, the version of you who no longer begs the past to become kind before choosing kindness within. The heart becomes light when it stops demanding that life explain every hard thing before it can trust again. Trust does not mean you understand everything. Trust means you are willing to keep our heart open to peace even while some things remain unfinished. Trust means you believe there is still good ahead, even if one chapter did not give you the ending you wanted. Trust means you stop making old confusion the ruler of your future. Trust means you say, I may not know why, but I know I am being guided back to myself. You may have been chasing answers from a person, but perhaps the deeper answer is inside your own heart. You may have wanted them to explain why they hurt you, but your heart may be asking you to see why you stayed connected to pain for so long. You may have wanted them to say you mattered, but your soul may be asking you to stop waiting for someone else to confirm your value. You may have wanted them to choose you, but life may be inviting you to finally choose yourself. Not with bitterness, not with pride, with love, with a quiet, steady return to your own worth. This is not an easy truth, but it is a freeing one. Sometimes the answer you wanted from the outside would still not give you what self-love can give you from within. Someone can explain and still not heal your self-abandonment. Someone can apologize and still not teach you to trust your own heart. Someone can return and still not make you feel safe if you have not returned to yourself. So tonight, stop making another person the only path to your peace. Let your own love become a path. Let your own softness become a path. Let your own willingness to rest become a path. There may be a question you have carried for a long time. Bring it gently into the light of your own awareness. Do not fight it. Do not feed it. Just see it. Maybe it is, why was I not enough? And tonight, let love answer, you were always enough, even when someone could not see it. Maybe the question is, why did this happen to me? Let love answer, I may not know every reason, but I know healing is still possible. Maybe the question is, what if I never receive what I lost? Let love answer, life has more ways to bless me than the one I can see. Maybe the question is, how do I move on? Let love answer gently by returning to myself again and again. You do not need to silence every question. You only need to stop letting the question become a cage. Some questions can sit quietly in the background while you continue to live. Some questions soften over time because the heart becomes stronger than the need to know. Some questions lose their power when you stop asking them from a place of fear. A question asked from fear feels like a demand. A question asked from love feels like a doorway. Tonight, ask different questions. Not, why did they do this? Ask, how can I care for my heart now? Not, why was I not chosen? Ask, how can I choose myself tonight? Not, when will the pain leave? Ask, what would make this moment softer? When you stop chasing answers, you are not choosing ignorance. You are choosing peace over endless inner searching. You are choosing to no longer let confusion own your night. You are choosing to trust that what needs to be revealed will be revealed in the right way, and what never becomes clear does not have to block your healing. You are choosing to say, my heart can rest even with some unfinished pieces. My soul can move forward even without every detail. My life can open even if one chapter remains difficult to understand. Sometimes life answers through feeling, not explanation. You may not get a clear reason, but you may feel a quiet knowing that it is time to stop going back. You may not understand why a door closed, but you may feel your body soften when you stop forcing it open. You may not know why something ended, but you may notice that peace grows when you stop feeding the old hope with pain. These feelings are also guidance. The body often knows when the heart is ready to release what the mind still tries to solve. Let the night teach you a softer way. The mind wants to search. The heart wants to rest. The mind wants every reason. The heart wants safety. The mind wants control. The heart wants love. Tonight, you do not have to obey the loudest part of you. You can listen to the tired heart. You can say, I know you want answers. I know you want the pain to make sense. But tonight, we are not going to chase what keeps us awake. Tonight, we are going to choose rest. Tonight, we are going to let peace be more important than solving the past. Your heart becomes light when it stops asking pain to explain itself. Pain may never explain itself clearly. It may only show you where you need more love, more boundaries, more care, more truth, more self-respect. The deeper answer may not be why they hurt you. The deeper answer may be that you are learning to never abandon yourself again. The deeper answer may not be why life delayed something. It may be that you are being prepared for a version of peace that does not depend on one outcome. The deeper answer may not be why the past happened. It may be how you can become free now. Tonight, let the unanswered things become softer. Let them no longer stand like heavy stones in your chest. Let them become clouds that do not need to be held. You can notice them without carrying them. You can allow them without building a life around them. You can say, there are things I do not understand, and still I choose peace. There are things that did not end clearly, and still I choose rest. There are words I never received, and still I choose to speak kindly to myself. There are doors that closed without explanation, and still I trust that life has not ended its goodness toward me. The heart does not become light because every question disappears. It becomes light because the questions no longer control the whole inner sky. There is room now, room for peace, room for trust, room for your own love, room for tomorrow to arrive without being covered in yesterday's confusion. Room for life to bring answers in ways you did not expect. Room for the possibility that even without the answer, you can still heal, still breathe, still rest, still become lighter. So tonight, stop chasing the answer that keeps your heart tied to the ache. Let the answer come if it is meant to come. Let silence be silence if silence is what remains. Let your own soul become a safe place again. You do not need every answer before you allow your heart to feel light. You can rest with unfinished questions. You can heal with incomplete explanations. You can move forward with a soft heart and a wiser spirit. You can say, I release the need to know everything tonight. I trust that peace can find me even here. I trust that my heart can become light before the whole story makes sense. Tonight, give your heart a new message, not a message filled with fear, not a message that repeats the old story, not a message that says you should be over it, stronger, quieter, better, or different. Give your heart the kind of words it has been waiting for. Words that feel warm, words that feel safe, words that do not demand, words that do not rush, words that help the heart remember it is allowed to soften. The heart listens at night. The mind may be tired, the body may be ready for rest, and the inner world becomes more open to the voice you choose. So choose a loving voice. All day, your heart may receive many messages. Some come from other people. Some come from responsibilities. Some come from memories. Some come from fear. Some come from the old inner voice that learned to speak harshly. You may hear, "You are behind. You are not enough. You should have done better. You will never be free. You must carry this alone. You cannot rest yet." These messages make the heart heavy. They make the body tighten. They make the mind stay awake. Tonight, you can interrupt that old pattern with a softer message. You can become the voice your heart needed long ago. Speak inwardly as if you are speaking to the most tender part of yourself. Say, "Dear heart, I know you are tired. I know you have been carrying more than you say. I know there are things you still do not understand. I know there are memories that still feel sharp. I know you have been trying to protect me, but tonight you do not have to stay guarded in the same way. Tonight you are safe to soften. Tonight you are safe to release a little. Tonight you are safe to let peace come closer. This is not a strict practice. It is not something you must perform perfectly. It is a loving inner conversation. You do not need special words. You do not need a perfect mood. You do not need to force yourself into calm. You only need to turn toward your heart instead of away from it. That turning is powerful. For so long, you may have turned toward worry, toward old pain, toward other people's feelings, toward what went wrong, toward what might happen. Tonight, turn toward your own heart. Let it feel that you have come back. You might say, "I am here with you now. I am not leaving you alone, with this heaviness. I am not angry at you for hurting. I am not rushing you to be light. I am not asking you to forget what mattered. I am simply here." These words create a new safety. The heart has been waiting to know that you will stay. Not only when you are happy, not only when life is easy, not only when you feel strong, but also when you are tender, tired, confused, or sad. Staying with yourself is a deep form of love. Then gently offer the heart a release. Not a forced release, just an invitation. You can say, I release what I am ready to release tonight. I let the rest soften in the right time. I do not need to force healing. I do not need to carry pain to prove it mattered. I do not need to solve the past before I rest. I allow my heart to loosen around what has been heavy. I allow peace to touch the places I have protected for so long. These words do not push the heart. They give it permission. If the mind tries to return to the old story, meet it with patience. The mind may be used to repeating the pain at night. It may bring back a memory. It may ask the same question. It may reach for worry because worry feels familiar. Do not fight it harshly. Just answer with love. Not tonight. Tonight we are choosing peace. Tonight we are not going to feed the old wound. Tonight we are returning to the heart with kindness. Each time you answer gently, you teach the mind that it does not have to protect you through fear. It can learn another way. Give the body a message too. The body carries the story in its own language. It may hold tension where words were never spoken. It may hold fear where trust was broken. It may hold grief where tears were hidden. So speak to the body with care. Dear body, thank you for carrying me. Thank you for staying with me through every season. Thank you for holding what I did not know how to release. You do not have to stay tight tonight. You do not have to protect me by carrying every old fear. I am learning to be safe in a softer way. I am listening now. I am with you now. This kind of inner speech may feel simple, but simple words often reach the heart best. The wounded places inside do not need complicated ideas. They need clear love. They need to hear, I see you, I believe you, I am here. You are safe to rest. You are allowed to be lighter. You are allowed to stop carrying this tonight. These sentences are like warm light entering a room that has been closed for too long. You do not need to force the room open. You simply let the light enter again and again. You can also give the heart a new meaning. The old meaning may have been, I was not enough. The new meaning can be, I am learning my worth. The old meaning may have been, love always hurts. The new meaning can be, I am learning a love that feels safe and kind. The old meaning may have been, I cannot trust myself. The new meaning can be, I am learning to listen to myself with more love. The old meaning may have bashwag. The past ruined me. The new meaning can be, the past taught me, but it does not own me. This is how the inner story begins to change. Your heart does not become light only because you stop thinking of pain. It becomes light because you begin feeding it a different truth. The heart needs new food. It needs words of safety, worth, trust, release, and love. If you keep feeding the heart fear, it will stay guarded. If you keep feeding the heart shame, it will stay heavy. If you keep feeding the heart old memories with fresh pain, it will stay tired. But if you feed it kindness, it slowly begins to soften. If you feed it truth, it begins to stand. If you feed it peace, it begins to rest. If you feed it love, it begins to trust lightness again. Tonight, say to yourself, I do not have to carry this alone. Life is holding me in ways I can feel and ways I cannot yet see. My heart is allowed to rest from old pain. My mind is allowed to stop searching for danger. My body is allowed to soften into safety. My soul is allowed to release what is no longer mine. I am allowed to become light without guilt. I am allowed to receive peace without having every answer. I am allowed to rest. Let each sentence be gentle. Do not turn it into pressure. Do not ask, do I believe this enough? Am I doing this correctly? Is it working yet? That is the old mind trying to make peace into another task. Peace is not a test. Love is not a performance. Simply speak the words and allow them to come near. If part of you believes them, let that part receive. If part of you resists, let that part be included too. You can say, even the part of me that does not believe in peace yet is welcome here. Even the part of me that is still afraid is loved. Even the part of me that still wants answers is held. Nothing inside me has to be pushed away tonight. This is how you stop fighting yourself. You stop dividing the heart into acceptable and unacceptable parts. You stop loving only the peaceful part and rejecting the hurting part. You stop praising the strong part and shaming the tired part. Tonight, every part of you is invited into kindness. The part that misses, the part that regrets, the part that is angry, the part that is scared, the part that wants to let go, the part that does not know how. You can hold them all in one field of love and say, we are learning together. We are becoming lighter together. A new message for the heart may also sound like trust. I trust that I do not need to know everything tonight. I trust that healing can happen gently. I trust that what is meant to leave can leave with love. I trust that peace can return to places where pain has lived. I trust that my heart is not broken beyond repair. I trust that life can bring support in quiet ways. I trust that I can wake with a little more softness inside me. Trust does not mean you never feel fear. Trust means fear is no longer the only voice you follow. If old memories come, place them inside a kinder frame. Instead of saying, why did this happen? Say, I am learning how to love myself through what happened. Instead of saying, I lost too much, say, I am calling my energy back now. Instead of saying, I cannot let go, say, I am softening one layer at a time. Instead of saying, I am too hurt to heal, say, my heart is healing in ways I may not fully see yet. These changes may seem small, but the inner world listens to small, repeated truths. Little by little, the heart begins to feel that a new life is possible. Tonight, your new message is not only spoken through words, it is spoken through the way you treat yourself. If you stop attacking your heart for hurting, that is a message. If you stop replaying the old pain with the same force, that is a message. If you choose rest instead of another spiral of worry, that is a message. If you return to kindness after fear rises, that is a message. If you bless yourself instead of blaming yourself, that is a message. Your heart learns not only from what you say, but from how you stay. Let the message be simple enough to carry into rest. My heart, you are safe with me tonight. My heart, you do not have to hold everything. My heart, you are allowed to become light. My heart, I will not abandon you. My heart, I choose peace with you. These words can become a soft covering over the inner places that have felt exposed for too long. They can help the mind stop treating night as a place of fear. They can help the body remember that rest is allowed. They can help the soul feel less alone. And if tonight is difficult, if the heart still feels heavy after all these words, do not call it failure. Sometimes love begins working quietly before you can feel the result. Sometimes the first change is not complete peace, but less self-attack. Sometimes the first change is not full release, but willingness. Sometimes the first change is not a light heart, but a heart that feels seen. That is still healing. A heart that feels seen is already less alone. A heart that is less alone can begin to soften. A heart that softens can become light in time. So give the heart this new message tonight. You are not a problem to fix. You are a sacred place to love. You are not too heavy for kindness. You are not too wounded for peace. You are not too late for healing. You are not required to carry the past into every night. You can release gently. You can rest safely. You can let love enter. You can become light again. And I will stay with you as you do. Tonight, you let go, and peace finds space. Not because everything outside you has changed, not because every person finally understood, not because every question has been answered, not because the past has become perfect. Peace finds space because you stop filling the heart with the same old heaviness. Peace finds space because you stop holding pain as if it is your duty. Peace finds space because you finally give yourself permission to be softer than the story, lighter than the wound, and freer than the memory. Letting go may not happen loudly. It may not feel like a big moment. It may be quiet. It may be the small decision not to follow the same painful thought. It may be the gentle choice to stop blaming yourself tonight. It may be the way your heart loosens around a name, a memory, a fear, or a regret. It may be the feeling that you do not want to carry the same weight into another night. It may be a soft inner whisper that says, I am ready to feel peace again. These quiet movements matter. The soul often heals in ways the world cannot see. You have carried enough to know that heaviness is not your home. It may have stayed with you for a season. It may have taught you something. It may have shaped the way you learn to protect yourself. But it is not the final truth of your heart. Beneath the heaviness, there is still tenderness. Beneath the worry, there is still trust waiting to return. Beneath the old pain, there is still love that has not disappeared. Beneath the tiredness, there is still a quiet life within you that wants to breathe freely again. Tonight, your heart is allowed to become light without guilt. You do not have to feel guilty for resting. You do not have to feel guilty for moving forward. You do not have to feel guilty for no longer suffering in the same way. You do not have to feel guilty for choosing peace when the past was painful. Peace does not erase what happened. Peace gives your heart a place to recover from it. Lightness does not mean you never cared. Lightness means you are no longer asking your heart to keep proving that it cared through pain. There is a deep kindness in saying, I have carried this long enough for tonight. Not forever, not perfectly, not with force, just for tonight. I do not need to hold this thought until morning. I do not need to solve this fear in the dark. I do not need to punish myself with memories. I do not need to keep reaching toward what keeps me tired. I can let this night be a place where my heart receives something softer. I can let peace sit beside me. I can let life hold what my hands are too tired to hold. As you release, you may notice that peace does not rush in like noise. Peace is gentle. Peace enters where pressure leaves. Peace enters where self-blame stops. Peace enters where the body is no longer being commanded to stay strong every moment. Peace enters where the mind no longer needs to fight every old scene. Peace enters where the heart is finally treated like something precious. It may begin as a small, quiet space inside you. Protect that space. Let it grow. Let it teach you that your inner world can become safe again. This is the night you stop making heaviness your proof of love. This is the night you stop making worry your proof of care. This is the night you stop making self-blame your proof of learning. This is the night you stop making pain your proof that something mattered. What mattered will still matter when you are peaceful. What taught you will still teach you when you are light. What shaped you will still be part of your path when you no longer carry it with suffering. You are allowed to keep the meaning and release the misery. You are allowed to keep the wisdom and release the weight. Maybe tomorrow there will still be things to handle. There may be work, conversations, choices, responsibilities, healing still unfolding. That is okay. You are not trying to escape life. You are learning to meet life without dragging every old burden into it. You are learning that rest is not denial. Peace is not weakness. Letting go is not carelessness. A lighter heart can make wiser choices. A softer body can hear truth more clearly. A calmer mind can see the next step without being ruled by fear. So tonight's release is not separate from your life. It supports your life. Let your heart know that it does not have to become light all at once. It can become light through kindness, through patience, through truth, through choosing not to reopen the old wound tonight, through forgiving yourself little by little, through letting unanswered questions rest, through returning your energy from what drains you, through speaking to yourself like someone worthy of love, through allowing peace to be more important than replaying pain. Every gentle choice opens more space. There is nothing wrong with you because your heart became heavy. A heart becomes heavy when it has loved, hoped, waited, survived, and carried more than it could release. But a heavy heart can become light again, not by being forced, not by being judged, not by being told to hurry. It becomes light when it is finally met with enough love to loosen. It becomes light when it is allowed to tell the truth. It becomes light when it no longer has to defend its pain. It becomes light when it is safe to put the burden down. Tonight, let these words become your final inner message. I let go of what is too heavy for my heart tonight. I release the past from my body. I release the guilt from my mind. I release the fear from my future. I release the need to understand everything before I rest. I release the need to be strong in the old way. I release the pain I have carried as proof that I cared. I allow peace to find space inside me now. My heart is becoming lighter, not because I forced it, not because I ignored the truth, not because the past did not matter. My heart is becoming lighter because I am finally loving it where it hurts. I am finally listening without judgment. I am finally choosing not to carry what no longer helps me. I am finally allowing life to hold me in places where I used to hold everything alone. I am finally returning to myself. Let the old story become quieter. Let the old fear lose its sharpness. Let the old regret soften into wisdom. Let the old ache become a place where love can enter. Let the heart feel that it is no longer abandoned inside you. Let the night become gentle. Let your inner voice become warm. Let peace come near without needing permission from the past. Let your soul remember that it was made for more than carrying pain. You are safe to release what this night is ready to take from your heart. You are safe to stop fighting what cannot be changed. You are safe to forgive yourself for being human. You are safe to rest even with unfinished questions. You are safe to let your heart be lighter than it was before. You are safe to believe that peace can return. You are safe to let life support you in quiet ways. And as this chapter of the night closes, carry only what is loving. Carry the wisdom, not the wound. Carry the truth, not the punishment. Carry the lesson, not the heaviness. Carry the love, not the suffering. Carry the part of you that is still open to peace. Leave the rest here. Let the night receive it. Let your heart breathe again. Tonight, I let go with love. My heavy heart is becoming light. Peace is welcome here. Rest is welcome here. Kindness is welcome here. I do not need to carry everything anymore. I do not need to keep the old pain alive. I do not need every answer before I soften. I choose to return to myself. I choose to let my heart rest. I choose to believe that life can meet me gently from this moment forward. Tonight, I let go with love. My heavy heart is becoming light. Peace is welcome here. Rest is welcome here. Kindness is welcome here. I do not need to carry everything anymore. I do not need to keep the old pain alive. I do not need every answer before I soften. I choose to return to myself. I choose to let my heart rest. I choose to believe that life can meet me gently from this moment forward. So leave the old weight here tonight. Leave the fear that told you rest was unsafe. Leave the pain that made you believe you had to keep carrying everything alone. Carry only the wisdom, the softness, and the quiet truth that your heart is still worthy of peace. Tonight, you finally let go, and your heavy heart feels light.